As I've introduced myself, I'm Kelvin, and this is one of my students, Mark, Hanley. So Mark has been doing practical method since 2016, so about 7 years. What we're going to demonstrate today are our first form, which is Yilu. He will be performing that for us today. And I will talk while he was performing a little bit about practical method. And then after he is done, I will be doing a short form of practical method following him. So why don't we get started? Thank you, Mark. The practical method came from Grandmaster Hong Jun-sheng. Grandmaster Hong Jun-sheng learned from Grandmaster of Chen Fa since 1930 in Beijing. That's where he started. And my teacher, Chen Zhonghua, learned from Grandmaster Hong Jun-sheng starting when he was in Shandong University in 1975. He later immigrated to Canada in 1986. I met my teacher in 2009 in Toronto when he came to do his series of seminars. So the number one principle in practical method is called separation of yin and yang. So when we practice, one of the most important things that we must focus on is the concept of not moving. We have to have a dot in our body that doesn't move. You have many other things that move, but there is a place in your body that doesn't move. Eventually, when you use it, this concept is very important because this place that doesn't move can be in your opponent. It doesn't have to be in you. But everything revolves around this dot. The dot at the beginning doesn't have to be a dot. It can be a rod which rotates on, much like a revolving door. And we first learn, every new student first learn, they learn what we call the first 13 form. These are the first 13 moves of a long form, which is Yilu, which has 81 moves. What Steve is performing for us today is the 81 form, aka Yilu in Mandarin. So, as the new student learn, we are not trying to be smooth at all. Compared to some other ways of learning, we actually try to be a robot. But a robot in the old days, these days robots are very smooth themselves. But much like a machine, we do a segmented movement, and we learn it that way. With years of practice, it may become smoother because your joints are grounded, and it becomes more smooth, so it appears to you to smooth. But while we practice as a practitioner, we never try to be smooth. It may appear to move in the future, but we do not try to do that. It is a result of years of practice, being smooth. So, as I mentioned, our number one principle is separation of yin and yang. We may do it in our form by separating movements from left and right, top and bottom, front and back, inside, outside. So any pair of opposites can be regarded as yin and yang. You don't have to be very specific about which part is yang, which part is yin for us. We just have to have very distinctive difference. So another concept, how we separate yin and yang, is Tai Chi is 3. Why is it 3, not 2? Yin and yang is 2. Why is it that it's 3? It's because in order to separate yin and yang, we must have something in the middle that does not belong to either yin or yang. now just did a second part of the cloud ends. We have a lot of single whips in the form, about 6 of them. We have 6 sections in the form. Thank you, Mark.